Russia has slowly but surely pushed into eastern Ukraine, and Putin is trying to solidify that land as Russian-held territory. He's tightening his grip over the flow of information online, slowly integrating the occupied land with the rest of Russia. But as you've seen in the news, the Ukrainians are very fierce, and corralling the population is hard. There's tons of guerrilla fighting going on, and so to keep people from coordinating and getting truthful information, the Kremlin is cutting off the internet in occupied Ukraine from the rest of the world and routing it through Russian providers. In a newly occupied city, Kherson, Putin connected it to the internet through Crimea, which Russia already occupies. Russian soldiers marched into the offices of Status, an internet service provider in Ukraine, and they forced the provider to step down. Putin can control the information being broadcasted, and in modern times we're in a unique situation where the information is controlled in a more centralized way than ever before. Yes, there are billions of people using the internet, but there's only a handful of internet service providers that facilitate this whole process. See, Putin realizes that if he can control the internet providers, he can control the population. But of course, people are always trying to find ways around this. Starlink, a company founded by Elon Musk, has been bringing satellite internet to Ukraine, but they only have 150,000 users in the area, which amounts to 0.5% of the Ukrainian population. However, the service is still providing valuable communication to the Ukrainian soldiers on the front line. The key to overcoming the censorship and control of the internet is to have a decentralized set of internet service providers. Let's look at the US for a second. There are 2,800 internet service providers, but the top 5 biggest ones control the vast majority of service. If the government were to get their hands on them, they could easily control the internet service. See, the internet may be in the hands of many, but the infrastructure to provide it to people is in the hands of the few. While Starlink is helping the military, most Ukrainians in occupied territory don't have that luxury. Some places have no internet, and other places have the Russian internet. And when I say the Russian internet, this is what I mean. Putin has tightened his control on the Russian people through the web, and he's continuing to do it to the Ukrainian citizens. In late April, a quarter of Russians were using VPNs to step over the Russian firewall. However, in June, many VPNs stopped working because the Kremlin was blocking them. This means for Ukrainians, it's getting harder and harder to escape the hold of Putin, which means it's harder and harder for them to find out what's really happening. See, if the Kremlin controls the internet, they can push whatever truth about the war they want. Think for a minute what would happen if you lost internet service for a week. You would feel quickly cut off from loved ones and family. Because the world is so connected, it moves at a lightning pace, and the Ukrainians that are being cut off from the rest of the world are being quickly left behind.